Welcome back. Supplement Kitchen Reviews here today with another Behind the Brand episode. And today we have 110% Nutrition on with us today. Learn a little bit about the brand, let you guys know more about them. So let's get started. All right, I'm going to turn the show over to you all, and on a personal level, tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
All right, so as I said before, everyone's getting blessed here. So the big man has never been on camera before. He's the brains behind the operation. That's the business guru. I'm but the peon here. So in all honesty, I had a crazy passion for fitness my entire life, and I came to the point where I'm working in corporate America, and I have a stable job, and everything's great, and everyone was like, "Oh, kudos to you, you got a great job," so forth and so on. And man, I woke up one morning and I was like, this isn't me. This isn't what I want to do in life. Not that I'm miserable. I don't want to climb the ladder and work for the man. I want to follow my passion. So the one thing that's always been there through everything in my life has been fitness. I've just absolutely been, in love with it since day one. And, I called up Pops one morning and I said, "Listen, Dad, I'm going to tell you, I can't do this. I got to chase my dream. I got to do what I'm passionate about. I'm going to start a supplement company. I'm doing this, and I'm going to do it with or without you." Now, looking back, if you know my dad, that's not the best way to approach a situation, right? So he's he's an ex-veteran, ex-police officer, or veteran police officer. So a little bit of a tougher guy than I am. So looking back, that wasn't the right words, but he essentially he caught what I was going for and said, "You know what, son, I've supported you your entire life, so I'll support you now." So he is my business partner in opening this company, and bless his heart, because I'm a tough one to deal with. But he guides me through a lot of the mistakes I make. He lets me make them and then points them out. So it's a lot of fun.
Learning experience. All learning experience, Corey.
Definitely.
He calls it going to college.
Continuing education.
Well, Dad, move over. The angle slid a little bit. Move over in the picture for me a minute.
Sorry.
There, we just want to see that face. Just make sure you
I know.
in there.
You don't want to see this face, Corey. It'll
Like
hurt
I
you.
said, we got the Marilyn Monroe over here. You want to catch him as much as you can.
More like an iodine bottle, buddy. More like an iodine bottle.
Well, hey, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I can relate so much. It sounds exactly kind of like me and my dad. I'm not even going to lie. My dad's always pushing me to chase my dreams, different things like that. So having a family that can back you and push you is even the bigger thing to actually fulfill your dreams and go for it is cool. So definitely cool to hear your story.
Yeah. So if anyone knows me, they know that my dad is my Superman. He's my superhero. He's everything I ever want to be in life. So I've got really big shoes to fill, and pretty much what I've been doing since I was a baby was, trying to live up to his expectations and being able to have him as a business partner and not only a best friend and a dad is kind of the best thing that's ever happened to me in life. It's my dream come true. So it's incredible. I wake up every morning. I skip out of bed like, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs are singing in the background. I just love it. It's funny.
Maybe I skip out of bed.
I don't skip out of bed. Take it easy.
We don't
Take
skip.
it easy.
We don't skip.
Take it easy.
There's no skipping going on in this family.
The older you get, the harder it gets to get out of bed.
He don't skip. His knees are going down a little bit.
Well, hey, I'm a father of 2 little girls, so awesome. Being a dad, I know you saying that means a lot to him. So I know it fills his heart. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
About the company now.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him lead the show.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a good segue. Let's jump right in and talk about the brand. Where'd the name come from?
Well, we're gonna go right back into him. So I was raised a little different than most, we'll say. So ever since I was born, my parents got divorced at a young age. So when I would be with my dad, it was just me and him, and there was no one else. It was me and him, and that was way back when he was working. He was a police officer, so he'd work 4 days on, 4 days off, and he owned several companies. He was always doing something. So in his days off, he would be working. So pretty much 20-hour days. every day. I remember he'd work night shift and overtime as a police officer, drive an hour and a half, come pick me up from my mom's, bring me to practice, spend the whole day with me. I mean, to the point where he was up for 48, 72 hours straight, just zombified, trying to keep a smile on his face for me. So I
wasn't easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy.
So I watched him being raised by him. I watched this my entire life. And he said to me one thing over and over my entire life. If you give 110% in everything you do, I don't care what it is. If you want to make a garden, it better be the best damn garden you've ever seen. If you want to make your bed every morning, it better be made to the nines. You know, I played football every day in football. I don't care what it is. If it's the stupidest little practice, if you're doing push-ups and no one's watching, doesn't matter. Give it 110%. You want to be a brother, a son, nephew, big brother, you know, dad, anything in the world. You give it 110% and be the best person you could be. And that is what I carried through my life. So everything I did, that was in the back of my mind. No matter what it was, I just gave it my all. So when it came time to start this company, it didn't take but a second to figure out the name. It kind of was perfect. It just fit, and 110% nutrition was born. So,
hey, perfect. See, everything aligns for a reason. So that's awesome. I like how that worked out for you. Cool. That's a good little start. So now let's talk about products that you have. I know you have 3 products. So tell us a little bit about them.
Yes, sir. So the supplementation side is a little leaning more towards me. I've been tinkering with it for about 10, 12 years now. I've been, like I said, fitness was my passion, and I'm a mechanical engineer by trade, so I'm super analytical, into research and numbers. I'm very nerdy. So my passion was always fitness. So after I'd finish up school, I'd read white papers. I know that sounds like miserable and people think I'm a sociopath, but that was my thing. I loved like the white papers on, you know, different ingredients and supplements, and you know, different studies about, you know, what those ingredients did for performance, so forth and so on. So when I got into it, I was, you know, infatuated with what you can do with certain ingredients and how it affects the body. So I started playing with different dosages and everything myself. The issue was I suffer from terrible anxiety. So my biggest issue was I could never take pre-workout. Every pre-workout I took, I would get, you know, the typical jitters, and the whole time in the gym I'd be in my own head. It was kind of a mess. So when it came time to start with a product, I said, you know, we got to start with a pre-workout, Dad. It's something that I could make, something that I could take. Sorry, and if I can take it, I know everyone else can. So I went to the smartest guy I can possibly find. He was a PhD in nutrition sciences. Just really genius dude. And I said, hey, if you can give me a combination, a formulation of the most perfect performance ingredient, you know, for pre-workout in the world, give me that list. So he did. Thank God he gave me this fully stacked list, something ungodly. And I took that and for 10 months, bought the raw ingredients, and by 10 milligram, 5 milligram, 1 milligram, depending on the ingredient, dosed it, combined it one by one. So over 14 months, every day, I would, you know, write in a journal what ingredient I increased or decreased by what milligram, and literally played with it over that course of 10 months until I got the perfect combination of ingredients that helps me with performance, focus, and has 0 side effects. So I don't want no anxiety, no nausea, no jitters, no headache, no itchies, nothing. So that's what we were able to create. And everyone that has tried our product gives me that feedback. Is like, wow, I can't believe I don't crash from this. That's the number one thing I always get. So it was a fine tune of ingredients for everything for the 2 pre-workout products. Then amino acids, simple, you know, clinical dose of amino acids along with, you know, natural hydration ingredients, pink Himalayan salt, coconut water extract. And that's the big bones behind it. When it comes to flavoring, that's something I and my dad as well super picky on. So our manufacturers, bless their heart,
put up with a lot.
We actually fly out to see them just to apologize in person because they they put up with me, and I am a nut when it comes to flavoring. So
we went through a lot of flavors.
Yeah.
A lot of flavors.
Yeah, I'll send back 50, 100 samples just to get them right. So when it came to our pre-workouts, they were a little bit easier. Aminos were a big one. So we tried to push some really unique flavors with our aminos. And we were able to pretty much hit the nail on the head with a lot of them, but it took time. So that's a big consistency thing with our brand is always producing flavors that people go, ooh, that's new. And so that's pretty much.
We don't want to follow the rest of the brands. We want our own brand.
Hey, yeah, definitely. Well, in this space, I mean, I talk to a lot of brands and things like that. This is an oversaturated market. It really is. So you've really got to be able to find a niche and kind of edge your way in if you want to try and take that next step to the medium brand and then the big brand as far as that goes. And flavoring, since we're kind of talking about that, flavoring right now, there's no like massive ingredient that's like blowing the market away. Everything is the same, it's over and over repeated. So now the name of the game is who can come out with the best flavors, because almost everybody has the same ingredients. So flavor kind of takes that next step, and that's kind of where the market is at right now. And I'm gonna give everybody a little hint. I've tried some of their flavors, and they are really good.
Thank you.
That's good to hear, because I've seen a lot of your reviews.
We tasted a lot of things to get it to where it's at.
I can tell you guys took pride in that. It's really good. But good job on that. Cool to hear about your products. I don't know if you can talk about this or if you want to. Any upcoming ideas or anything you have in the pipeline?
Absolutely. So we are currently, our second set of samples for protein powders are to be delivered tomorrow. So as I just explained, big old pain when it comes to flavoring. So no promises, but we are shooting to release protein by the end of the summer.
Well, I do have a promise. They will be very good when you taste them. Or else we won't put them out. If they're not good, we won't put them out.
Well, that's awesome to hear. Just a heads up, I don't know if your manufacturer is going to be impacted, but I do know right now that at least a lot of people are saying the protein prices are spiked.
You have no idea.
We're dealing with it. We're well aware of it, and as you know, with our quality, we want high quality. So with the fact that it's spiking so high, the higher quality are going through the roof. Yeah. But we're not gonna change our business model and cheapen it up just because they are. We'll just follow the curve, and hopefully it'll come back down for us, and we're going to keep our quality. Our main concern is the quality.
Definitely. And well, that's another thing, talking to a lot of smaller brands that just start out is I tell people, getting that one customer, that first customer, whatever, they buy your product, good. Getting new customers is cool, but what you really want is you want that person to come back, because when they purchase your pre-workout, they're going to next get your amino, and they want to make it a one-stop shop. I call it the Walmart effect. You want that one-stop shop right there. So, hey.
You hit the nail on the head.
That's our plan.
I tell him all the time, I would rather one customer a week that comes back rather than 100 customers a week that don't. And we have 100% return customer rate right now, which is incredible. Yeah. I mean, messages, blessed. Absolutely blessed. The messages that I receive from people, I'm very, and that's what makes our brands, that's what sets us apart, is we're based on family. So I always tell people, when you buy one of our products, or any of our athletes know, I mean, head over heels. I mean, you become part of our family, and you have direct contact to me or my dad. So I spend all day long in my Instagram DMs or texting or emailing. So all of our athletes I talk to every single day. And our customers nonstop I talk to in DMs. So that personal touch is really what keeps me going and keeps me motivated every morning. It's excellent to read these messages. It's really, it's humbling.
In fact, our athletes, to add to it, we choose and partner with our athletes based on their family values and their values in general, and their character and how they work with people in their industry. So if they're a bodybuilder, and now we're breaking into BMX, so we're getting some riders to ride with us, and and we're choosing to partner with guys that have the same values and that are going to deal with people the right way and help out, not just be that guy that just because he's on top and he don't want to help out, we don't really want to partner.
Yeah, so we're based on like we've discussed before. We have a very different business model. So we donate 10% of all proceeds of every supplement on our website directly to charity, and the customer actually gets to choose that charity. So when you're on our website, any charity. It's that was a fun hassle. You should have been there for that conversation with the women on it. They were about ready to have a heart attack, but I said, this is what we're doing. I don't care what it takes.
Yeah, they weren't happy.
So we were able to finally figure out how to integrate software to when you check out on our website, any charity that exists or any nonprofit that exists in this country right now that is registered, a customer can choose that specific charity, and they could choose where. And that's not, they don't spend any extra. That comes from us. We donate 10% of our proceeds, so of every sale. And that's something we're very passionate about. And when we started this company, we built the business model on that. So a lot of our athletes and supporters, they come to us for that model. They see, I have reports and, data of where all the money's going, how much is going. So they love to see that, to see how much we're really giving back. That's another thing that just, it's incredible to see what we're able to do and how much we're able to help with this company. So personally, we love St. Jude's Children's Hospital. That's our favorite. So if you don't choose, it'll automatically default to St. Jude's, which we love. We donate personally to St. Jude's all the time. So it's only right that, our business kind of pushes more to them.
Heck yeah. Well, first of all, that is really cool that there is a meaning behind the brand, not just the family aspect, but also giving back to the community to where, the country. I mean,
wherever you want.
Yeah. So
whatever you believe in.
That's awesome. And then just to touch on a couple other things, back to that personal touch thing. I talked to a bunch of brands about this when I do some consulting and stuff. Is that personal touch means a lot. Especially, it's easier for smaller brands to do, but it goes a long way. Whether it be a handwritten note, those messages back, like you said, as soon as they purchase from you. Follow-up emails after they purchase from you, directly from you. But, the thing is maintaining that, because if you take that next step to that medium level where you grow and expand, you got to find a way to kind of keep that. And then when you get to the bigger brand, you want to try and keep that as well, because look at a lot of the bigger brands out there. I'm not going to name any, but you don't have that. It's just another number on the sheet.
Yeah.
So
we don't ever want to lose that.
Yeah.
That's our goal. And we've discussed that numerous times as we start to expand. We want to keep that going and keep giving back and keep people, as part of the family.
And we want to be able to expand the amount that we give to charity as we grow. So like you said, handwritten letters. I personally sit at my desk and write a letter to every single customer. And it's not like a thank you. It's a long, and all of our customers watching this will know, it's a long handwritten letter. And I actually have developed what I call them pen pals. So people have written me letters back. So we go back and forth. Now I have, I'm doing it the old school way. So now we're doing through mail. I've got people from California, Texas, Oklahoma, I'm sending letters to all the time. We're going back and forth, just talking about life, their fitness goals. I wrote a few of them, some workout plans, and sent them in the mail instead of email. Just a cool little thing.
Corey, and have you ever seen his handwriting?
Yeah.
Oh my God. They're handwritten, my friend.
Yeah.
It looks like hieroglyphics.
Oh,
it's bad.
Terrible. Yeah. The first line in all my letters is me apologizing that they have to actually try and read.
It's bad.
You must be. They must be able to read it if they're writing.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
I mean, if you have like 3 beers and hold it sideways, you could probably get through it.
Yeah. Pictures would do better, I'm sure.
Well, hey, that says a lot, though. Right there. No wonder you have a high return rate. Look at that. I mean, you have customers that are writing back to you, and and going back and forth. That's cool that you have that touch. I really like to see that. Now, to circle back to one other thing you were mentioning about your athletes and the way that you pick your athletes and how they have to represent and be part of your values, to say the least. That's cool, because those are if you have athletes, a lot of times they're going to be the face of wherever they're stationed of your brand. So I have seen some brands just pick because you're the biggest, you're the baddest dude, you lift the most, but you don't live up to the good, side of the industry. So that's cool to see that you guys do that as well and try and make it a piece of your family, like you said.
And they do. Like I personally, or my dad will travel. So my dad will travel to, he does a lot with the BMX world, so he'll travel to all of our riders' events. He just got back from Orlando for Georgia. For our 2 riders won the state championship. I just got back. I was all over the Midwest for our bodybuilders. So I personally go to every one of our athletes' shows and all the riders' events.
We'll watch other athletes that we're thinking about bringing on and just see how they react.
Yeah.
Like especially if children and stuff, if there are kids there, or if there's other like people that are just getting into the sport and they're looking for, and they look up to them and they go to talk, and if they don't give them the time of day, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
No, I don't care. We've turned down people with, and this isn't by no means an arrogant statement, but with hundreds of thousands of followers, and that's humbling that they want to join our team. But at the same time, when you see how they interact with people on their page, that turns us off really quickly. If you have a lot of people that love you, young kids that really look up to you, and you comment back some disrespectful or just work or like kind of push them off type things, like that's not for us. We're more about
help each other out.
Help each other out. This is fitness community is one of the best communities in this entire world. The athletic community, every sport's got fitness behind it, and anyone in this world, like I said, that gives 110% and shoots to be the best version of himself, you're part of our family. And anyone that really wants to be a good person, we'll take you on, no problem. I don't care if you have 200 followers, you could become an athlete with us.
Heck yeah, that's what's up, and that means a lot, hearing that. So the one thing I'm curious about, I don't know if you mentioned it and I missed it. Where are you guys located?
Palo Beach, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was somewhere down south. I just couldn't remember where.
Yeah, so we're initially from Florida. So as I said, I'm a mechanical engineer, and I unfortunately had to move away from home. So right now I am in Indiana. So it's very, very, very hard for me. And anyone that follows me on our Instagram account knows it's very difficult because, like I said, that this is my best friend. My whole family's downstairs right now. Which, sorry if we're giving you away.
That's all right. I'm enjoying it.
So we got our whole family downstairs. We have a really tight knit family. So being away from them is pretty much torture for me. And my job is great, but you work a 12-hour day as an engineer, and then your second 12-hour day starts as the owner of a company. So, and being away from home, it makes that really hard. So, but we are located in Florida.
He's located in Florida right now.
Yeah, right now we're in Florida. So this played out well.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I just wanted to make sure I had because I talked to so many brands, I try and keep it straight where people look at it. So, cool to hear more about the brand. I'm glad we're diving into it. So if you had to put a targeted audience that you really wanted to target, what would that be?
That's a tough one. So
I got an answer for that one. Pretty much anybody who really wants to work into any sport, lifting, running, biking, whatever the sport is, if they want to work out and improve their fitness and want to get a little bit of help to do that, our brand wants to give them that extra push. We want to give them the extra pre-workout. We want to give them the extra hydration, and we want to bring it to everybody. So that's why our company is based more. It's not like a stim junkie kind of a pre-workout. So if you're really looking for that, 400 and something milligrams of caffeine, and you want the jitters, and that's not really what we set up for. We set up for anybody who is going to be in a sport that wants to get that extra push to get themselves over that hump, to go to the next level. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to reach, all those people, not just not just bodybuilding, powerlifting. We want to kind of branch out. That's we're trying to bring other athletes in and show them, look, BMX guys, and we're getting into that world now. They all train. Everybody trains in their sport. So when you're training, you want to get that little bit extra push to help you to go to the next level, to excel in your sport. We want to help you.
And that's the thing that we found is, like I said, our product was formulated specifically not to have any side effects. So that's my number one, is anyone who has issue. And you know what? People who have, anxiety or simply just don't like that feeling in the gym of being all, freaked out or intimidated by it. That pushes a lot of people away from the supplement industry, and that's wrong because there's a lot of great companies out right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to we just want to be the smiling face to be like, no, it's okay. Like, trust us. I promise you that our products will not, and I offer people all the time. If you have a reaction or anything like that to our product or side effect, sorry, not a reaction, side effect or anything like that to my product, please let me know. Please let my dad know. We want to make that right immediately because it's formulated to be against that. So, like he said, too many supplement companies now are focused in bodybuilding. And that's hard for me to say because bodybuilding is my passion. That's what I love more than anything. So he has to reel me back a lot because I'm so infatuated with bodybuilding. I just want to jump into that world and kind of isolate myself. But that's not fair because, like he said, every single sport out there, they all train hard too. They all give 110% to get where they're at. And there's hundreds of sports out there.
Football, anything, baseball,
hell,
all those guys train. Tennis players.
Yeah. No one. They're so forgotten about by the supplement industry, and it's wrong. There's zero. You have Monster and Rockstar and the energy drink type companies. They're very heavily and they support them, but no supplement companies even want to touch them, and it's wrong. They need some recognition in the industry.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good point. I always like to ask that question because hearing the different answers is good. Yeah, and it makes sense. And that's kind of where I expected you to say something for this because looking at your formulas and hearing the way you built it, that makes complete sense to me. But yeah, they do need love. Other sports need love. I wrestled through middle of high school, was going to go to college and wrestle and do all that stuff. So, swimming. They actually say swimming is one of the hardest sports.
It's the hardest.
Absolutely.
It's the most efficient form of exercise.
So, that's cool that you guys just are looking for anybody who's just willing to take that extra step, and no matter what form or fashion it is. So cool stuff.
If you look at like back to the Stim Junkie type thing, if you look at if you've seen our packaging, we've kept it away from the
gorilla ripping his face off.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And it's more of a nutraceutical or pharmaceuticals type packaging.
Very clean, nothing,
and just showing kind of what our brand is.
Yeah, it makes sense. Not have the normal skull on it or whatever it may be. Yeah.
Well, it's scary. Think if you've never, I remember when I first went into a supplement store, I was like 15. Not a good time to be in a supplement store. I was buying like the crazy Jack 3Ds and stuff. But you'd go in there and you'd see like all these tubs with like zombies and their eyes ripped out, and you're like, what in God's name am I about to put in my body? And being a high school football player, you just slam 2 scoops back, not have a question about it. Your heart would stop while you're doing a bench press. It's like, it's terrible.
Oh man, yeah, you're right. I grew up around that time as well, so you're 100% right. But it's cool. I love everything, how it all ties together with the family values, the basic. Just want to keep it streamlined. So cool stuff. I really like it. Let's move into some other questions just to hear what more about you guys. So what do you hope to accomplish within the next year with the brand?
I'm going to be honest with you. My goal. So we our margins are
narrow.
They're very low. So for me, I'm like, I don't look to make a dime, and we don't. We put a lot of money into it rather than make any. But so we don't make anything. Our margins are the lowest in the industry by far. But
we spend our money on the quality products, as we said. So we've got the charity, and so our margins are a lot smaller than most of the other companies. But we're okay growing slowly. Yeah. We're not looking to, I'm not looking to live in a house in Bel Air. I'm cool in Florida.
So here's our goal is to be able to maintain the relationship we have with all our customers, but grow organically to the point where the company is starting to sustain itself. So instead of us, keep reinvesting into the new products and using our own money to spend the new products, I'd like to see the company to be able to purchase its own new products. By no means do we want to take it. Yes. By no means do we want to take any profit from it. What that would be great, but obviously with our margins, that's not realistic within the next year. I just like to be able to see it sustain itself, but more importantly,
help itself grow.
Yeah, help itself grow. I don't really care. I just want to be able to keep the values we have. So everything is so tight knit, and like we said, once you buy from us, all our customers know you're family. You know, it's love, baby. Like that's all we do. It's nonstop communication and fun. It's passion. That's what it should be.
Good time.
It's a good time. So we want to. That's the most important thing to hang on to. Like you said, as you grow, that becomes hard. You know, I spend 5-6 hours a week now writing handwritten letters. When that expands, you get to the point where your full-time job is writing letters, and it's hard to hold on to those little things. So
we'll figure out a way to keep
it going. Continuing to figure out how to streamline the process and keep that personal touch is what our goal is. I don't ever want to lose that, neither does it.
No.
Well, you're definitely going to have a lot of hand cramps if you grow too big.
Hey, listen, that's it.
He will.
That's it.
With that writing, whew.
Hey, it'll get better. I mean, he's going to have more practice. You got to think about it.
Yeah, it's penmanship.
Corey, I think I'm just going to get him some finger paint and let him do it. Some finger paint. It'd be good enough.
Like the circus elephant with the paintbrush.
Oh, gosh, that's awesome. Cool. Yeah. I've been doing this now I do this as a hobby, so I don't get paid. So all my time that goes into this is just building relationships and the things that I get out of it. But, brands that I've talked to that have been around that are quality brands, and they've been around 5 years, and they're still just now starting to barely turn over that margin. So it takes time in this space, unless you can have some kind of breakout or, big influencer that pulls you up or something like that, So it takes time, but I'm a firm believer that this industry weeds out a lot of the bad from the good, and the good eventually, they take those baby steps, but they get there in the long run. That's
us, baby steps.
Yep.
We're here. Yeah. We plan on staying here for a while.
I got no rush.
As long as everybody lets us stay here for a while. Yeah. Still like our brand. We're going to be here. We're not going anywhere. And as long as it takes, Just keep giving 110%. Yeah. That's all.
That's it. That's all we want to see from our people.
Yeah.
No tomato in there. I like it.
Yeah. And like you said, just to kind of throw back a second, you said something that I'm really passionate about is people in the supplement industry. There's now that it's almost like a craft beer push. Like everyone in the supplement industry, these smaller companies with these great blends are coming out, and they're so good for the industry. A lot of the bigger companies, man, they're just putting products together that are just straight up dangerous, and their marketing is dangerous, saying things that aren't true and charging ridiculous prices for them.
Ridiculous prices.
I mean, some ingredients that, we know. I mean, trust me, I'm an OCD nut. I know down to the penny every ingredient that costs.
And if not, I call them on.
Yeah. So we see, and all the time we'll look at these other brands and their formulations. They're charging $10 more than us, and their product is $30 less than ours. It's like, I don't even understand how that's possible. They're ripping people off.
Staying in business.
Ripping people off like crazy. Yeah. And like you said, it's the influencers. So these companies pay millions of dollars to have big money athletes, and people see these athletes, they buy their products, but here's what they don't have. They don't have loyalty or return customers. So you can take all those people. We'll keep our family with us. And that's kind of like you said, circling back, that's what we want to keep.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of it, the thing that irks my skin is these companies, I'm not going to say any, but the ones with the pyramid schemes. That total garbage. Their formulas are so garbage. Yeah, and literally their formulas you probably make them for like $4. I don't even know.
They put no money into it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and people don't realize it. They just push other people to go out, tell their friends, tell their family, and then roll in the money. So it irks my nerves more than anything. But I love how you're family knit and things like that. So cool stuff. Let's jump into this and see what you got for this. What's the biggest challenge you face right now, and how are you going to overcome it with the brand, or how did you overcome it?
Marketing.
Yeah. So getting
out there,
getting the name out there. We're so specific with our branding, as you can tell. I mean, we're happy-go-lucky. We're glass overfilling type people.
Yeah.
So being able to compete with the thousands of other supplement companies out there just to get your name out is difficult.
Especially with the saturated market the way it is, and like you said, the companies that are throwing millions of dollars out there just for the marketing of, because they're not spending the money on the product. And we're trying to stick it the other way, where we keep our product the way it is. We got a high quality product, and if anything ever came out there that's going to be even better, well, we may change our formula to that point just to be that much better. We're
1 second.
Okay. We're more for keeping everything with the people and all of our people that are buying, our athletes, keep everything the way to a higher quality, and not go out there and get people to understand, look, we're just trying to give you the best quality we can, and we're not spending the money on the marketing because we don't have it. We don't have the margins because we're putting it all back into the business for our products. So that's our stumbling block right now, is the marketing side, and just getting people to try it. You know, if they try it, it speaks for itself. It really does. I mean, I've tried a lot of other stuff out there. AJ's tried a lot, obviously. From there are other good brands out there, but most of them, no comparison.
Yeah. It's good that you push a product that you would take yourself, because
Absolutely.
there are companies out there who will push a product and they don't even take it themselves. They take another product.
Yeah.
So it's like,
exactly.
But also, I get this vibe from you guys that if someone came to you and was like, look, this is what I'm looking for in a pre-workout, and you determined that none of your products met their standards, you wouldn't push your product on them and be like, yeah, this is going to work. You would probably recommend them somewhere else that
already done.
You should see the amount of people I send to different companies.
Yeah.
So I personally, in DMs, I'm talking 5 to 6 a day, that'll come and they'll say, hey, here's my goal. Because I always ask people, what's your goals? That's my number one question. Tell me your goals and let me see what I can do to help you. And to be honest, a lot of people don't need pre-workout for their goals, or especially if you're just starting out. I'm not going to push. If you say I don't really take caffeine, I'm going to say, well, why don't you start with a non-stim? You know what I mean? If you don't like our non-stim, or your goals don't fit a pre-workout in general, here's a company that has what you need. Let's start with. Now, I'm not going to name drop, but
no.
Certain companies have great just general health products or something just to get you going. After your first month, then come back and let's discuss. But I would always recommend, actually, now that we released aminos, I would always recommend people to start with a amino product before we released ours. And there's a company I'm very fond of that has outside of ours, that has a great amino product. Just all around taste is excellent. So I'd always push them there. Now that we have our own, obviously, I say give ours a try. But
we worked really hard to be.
Yeah.
We wanted our aminos. We knew we were going to compete with some of those other companies. So we want to be that much better with the taste, because that's really setting us aside in the hydration. And, we went with a good solid formula for that also, to make sure it did what it was supposed to do, plus had the great taste.
So, but to answer your question, I have pushed people to, there's 3 stock companies that I really like outside of our own, that I constantly feed people to. Just because their messaging and their character as a brand, and just excellent salt of the earth people, and I'd love to see them succeed. So that's awesome. Like I said, the supplement industry, there's plenty of people out there that take supplements. Here, I'm not here to rob anyone of any customers. Yeah. There's millions of people out there that take supplements. We'll be all right.
We just have the feeling that once they try our brand and realize what we're about, we'll get enough of our own customers organically that it's just gonna.
It'll happen over time.
It'll grow.
Word of mouth is the biggest marketing. I'm a firm believer in. Social media is cool, and it is the biggest thing nowadays. But I think, like you said, to make it authentic and real is when someone tries your product and they love it, they spread that throughout their community, and then from there you might get 1 or 2 off of that, and then it's just a trickle effect. So it's definitely cool to see you guys, and you just seem like down to earth people as far as that goes. So I love it.
Can't get much more down to earth.
Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome. It reminds me a lot of like my family. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, isn't it?
Like,
See, you're part of the family now.
That's how
this
it works.
is what it is, Corey. We're trying to tell you this.
This is what it's all about. Just the family values, man.
You've already hooked me. How'd you do that?
It's the guy you're gonna sit there and have a beer with.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we want to be.
Yeah.
People ask you, and that they don't listen. That's people always say like, well, what's your business motto? Like, hey, we just want to be the guy that you want to sit down and have a beer with. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it, man. This is cool. All right. Last major question I have for us for right now. So what area of the supplement space are you most curious about?
Speaking like, what do you mean area? Like pre-workout?
It could be a category. It can be anything within the supplement. It can be analytics. It can be product.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. I'm gonna be honest. I'm fascinated kind of by the scientific, so the new ingredient studies. So it's very hard to find. For example, Pico 2 is one that's crazy. So we actually formulated an intra-workout, and Pico 2 is a main ingredient, PKTP. So a lot of companies they come out with these new ingredients, and they have one or two studies that show positivity or great results, and they'll push the hell out of that. So a lot of companies will buy it up and promote their products and market that, but really there's no research behind it. There's two studies. That's like saying, artificial sweeteners are cause cancer. Like it's off of one study. You know what I mean? It's difficult. You have to use the science. So for me, I'm all about the ingredients that are proven. So like obviously the creatines, we don't have creatine in our product because a lot of people are against it, but creatine's the most studied, supplement in history. At this point. So the beta alanines, the citrulline, caffeine, types of caffeine. I'm really into the different forms of ingredients. So like caffeine dimalate and all the different ingredients coming out now, where you source, that's a big one that we realized. So if you source your caffeine, our caffeine is
in the proteins.
Yeah,
in proteins. We're working on the proteins now. Where you source your proteins from, how you get the protein.
Everything is all based on sourcing, and no one realizes that. So the same caffeine is 500% difference across the line, depending on where you source it from. But it's going to give you a different effect in the gym. So the higher quality, obviously, caffeine you get, I don't care if it's anhydrous. The higher quality or the naturally derived one, where you get is a coffee bean extract, green tea extract. All that stuff plays into your reaction. And that's why people are always like, I don't understand. Your dosages aren't much different. How does your product have no side effects? It doesn't make sense. That's what I love about the supplement industry. You play with dosages. Exactly. You play with, not dosages, the sources of your ingredient. And that's where you get flavors. People wonder how to master flavors. It's as simple as this. When you're putting together let's say our pina colada product. Pina colada is, people think, that's not too hard to make. Okay. Well, when you start sourcing your pineapple flavors and you go through 16 different pineapple sources of that one flavor, just to find the right one that works together with the coconut and all the other, I ran in through the river. But that part of the supplement space fascinates me is how in depth you can get with what's available now. People have no idea with the amount of, you have this crazy vast just world of different suppliers out there, and people don't realize that you can pull completely different ingredients that are essentially the same ingredient. It's like buying it's like the fake steroids going on now. Back in the old days, steroids were great. You could get them from anywhere. And now it's people are getting seriously hurt taking junk.
To sum up, like I said, he's more the analytical and I'm more the layman's terms. What we like, we want to stay on the top of the cutting edge. What's coming out are the best ingredients possible that we can get. Proven best ingredients. Good. That'll give our product the extra edge over everybody else that makes our customers stay with us and our family stay with us. That's basically what you're looking for. That's the portion we want to be in.
Yeah.
Awesome. You can't tell he's a long-winded. I mean, I'm the long-winded one.
Yeah, I cut it to the point. I'm a layman guy. I just cut it to the point and tell you where we're at.
I get all excited about fitness. I'll talk for 6 hours.
I got to throw the brakes on him once in a while, Corey.
Hey, it's a tag team. I got you. You're good.
That's it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's awesome. And, just to touch on that briefly, I've talked to so many brands, and I've learned so much that goes on in the back end because I've got a stack of raw ingredients beside me that I've played with a ton of different things. I don't think I want to deal with the back end stuff. I'll stick to doing this and letting you guys handle all that.
It'll wear you out.
And then if you ever, just real quick, if you ever try to get on Amazon and then go that route.
No, please.
Please.
Yeah.
So
we know all about it.
So we pay a ridiculous fee per product to use Amazon as a fulfillment center. The reason we do that is because we can offer such quick shipping to our customers. I mean, we're two-day max.
Yes.
In all of our products. So our customers love that because that's kind of unheard of in the supplement industry.
Yeah.
Not free, but cheap 2-day shipping. So our shipping is no different than any other standard shipping.
Yeah.
So we eat all that cost. And man, when we broke down the numbers in the beginning, I thought he was gonna have a heart attack because it is being on it and dealing with Amazon. Bless their heart, they are challenging. But
they get the job done.
They get the job done.
Right now, it's the best thing for us because for our family, for our clients, to get it out there, our customers, to get it to them, they're the best way to get it right now. When we come up with something better, like as I said, we like to stay on that cutting edge. When we come up with something a little bit better, we may be doing that just to get it to them fast and reliable.
Yeah, we have yet to find a company as reliable.
Yeah, we don't want their product lost. It's nothing worse than when you finally get to the point where somebody that's just trying a pre-workout for the first time, they finally get themselves up to it, they order it, and then it gets lost. Yeah. And then they got to call, like, we got to send them. I don't like to do that to people. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. And I keep track. So we've only had that happen twice in our. So actually, we actually just 2 days ago we're at our 4-month anniversary from launching. So we're really new. But in 4 months we've only had 2 lost products, and I'm such an anal retentive OCD. I check our Amazon database 6 to 7 times a day. So as soon as I see one I know exactly. I got it down to like the minute of how fast they go through the different stages, the processing stages. So if it's like a few hours behind, I'll get on it immediately, and I'll actually reorder a second product before they even figure it out. So I'll get that product to them before they know anything's happening. So it'll still be there in 2 days, essentially.
So right now we're able to stay on top of it, and as I said, the cutting edge. We get something better. It's more cutting edge. Somebody has some kind of plan out there to get it to people with a drone, let us know.
Yeah, right? You know how to fly drones, we're your guys. All right?
Hey, that's awesome. Cool, yeah. I didn't even think of it that way, but that is the best route because, especially with what happened last year with the shipping
correct
stuff. So,
And we have that peace of mind. Like you said, you pay for it. So that's why no other brands really do it because once again, there goes your margin. But it's worth it to give our customers the best experience. This is essentially what it comes down to.
110%.
That's right.
Now we're starting to do it,
Corey.
baby. It's going to catch on.
I'm telling you.
See?
You're already part of the family.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hey,
welcome, Corey. Welcome.
I'm in for the long haul, I guess.
That's it, man.
That's it.
All right. So we're kind of get to the end of it here. One thing is, where can our viewers find you and your brand?
So we're big on social media, Instagram, Facebook. So 110_nutrition. Very big on social media for sure. And then 110nutrition.com is our website. And all DMs and social media come directly to me. Anything interesting, I share with him immediately. We talk a million times a day. So that's the best way to get a hold of me. Shoot me a DM, and I will get back to you almost immediately at all hours of the day and night.
Cool deal. Just for everybody watching this, when it comes out, everything will be down in the description, including their Instagram and where to contact them. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, I always have one last kind of off-the-wall question, I guess we can say.
Oh, hell, let's get it, baby.
We love them.
All right. If you could compare yourself with any animal, which would it be and why?
Done. Lion. Done. Lions. Why? Lions are kings of the jungle, man. They're the number one. Lions know what it takes. That's it. Lions know what it takes.
110%.
That's it. They give 110%, man. They're the kings.
Always.
Top of the food chain. They do whatever it takes. Nothing stands in their way. That's it. The pack leaders.
Are you Daddy Lion?
I'm a Leo by heart, man. That's my
a big dog.
That's my sign is a Leo. So it's always a lion.
Hey, works out. I like it. I always like the theory of Lionheart. You know, people who have that push forward and get through anything. So cool, awesome. So last thing, is there anything I didn't ask you guys that you'd like to cover before we wrap up?
You know what there is? There's one thing I wanted to say, and it's not about us. It's about you. And I don't think people really realize this. And I've shared this with you before, actually, when we were discussing. I don't think people realize how important it is what you're doing. So like you said before, you're not getting a dime for this. And I know how much time it takes. You know, people don't understand the little stuff. You're editing this video, putting this video up on YouTube, working Instagram every single day. Instagram it's a full-time job, literally. And you don't get paid a dime for that. So to see you out here putting all this work and spending time with two idiots like us to have us on your podcast or your YouTube channel.
We're lucky we can put a sentence together.
Right? Yeah. and to have you do this and bring these small supplement companies, I mean, you're giving us the opportunity to speak to people, and that means a lot.
Not to mention what you're doing for the other people out there that may be watching it that want to try something.
Yeah.
And they're on that fence and they don't know if hey, should I do a pre-workout? Is the caffeine going to bother? You bring it all to the forefront and let them see it from a third party. It's not just me or AJ telling them, you know, by the time he's done telling them they're sleeping. They need pre-workouts. But anyway, but you give them the third party look at it that you don't have anything to do with us. So you're going to tell them honestly what it is. And we like the honest criticism anyway from anybody if they don't like what we have. I've done tastings and, you know, we're trials for people in the gyms and the first thing they say, oh yeah, it's, you know, tastes great and everything. Tell me what you don't like. I tell them all the time. Tell me what you don't like. I want to know what you don't like. If there's anything, I'm not going to be offended. Let me know because I want to fix it. I want to make it so it's perfect. Yeah. We want to give 110% to you guys.
That's it.
See,
baby.
It all just comes together.
Yeah.
But back to what my point was, like, you bringing out that in not our brand, because like I said, we'll grow organically. I'm not in a rush. It's the other brands that, you know, maybe they need more help. Like there's some other brands that I've seen I've watched you know, a few clips of some stuff you've done with other brands, and you know, this is their income, so they need some recognition quick or they're gonna go under, and that's not right because they have a quality product, they have good character, they have a good, you know, brand, and it, you know, it's not good to see them struggle just because they don't have the financial backing. So for small brands like us, small brands like us, you know, this is all out of our pocket, and I know what it's like. I mean, the labeling alone, good Lord. I mean, coming out, the graphic design, the website design, I mean, we had to train ourselves and make a lot of mistakes.
He's got me working 3 jobs. Are you kidding me?
Listen, we're putting him up on the corner this week coming up. So we got to get ready.
I'm not getting much there, buddy.
We got to get ready to pay for this protein. So, but no, seriously, what you're doing, it means a lot to companies like us. So from the bottom of our heart, thank you. Thank you so much.
Heck yeah. I enjoy what I do. And the main reason I do what I do is for these conversations. Yeah. I enjoy building these relationships with like-minded, open-minded people. You know, I have ran into people who hate me, who have threatened to sue me. So I've been through it all, but it is what it is.
Hey, we'll send big guy over here their way.
They bounce back. They're young.
We'll take care of them. You give us a name and address.
Oh, no, I appreciate it, guys. That means a lot. But I first of all want to thank you guys for jumping on with me and taking time out of your personal day to tell a little bit about the brand. I want to make sure people hear your story. And for everybody watching, like I said, everything will be down in the description with these guys. If you need to contact them, stay on the lookout for our channel. We are going to have some reviews coming up. We're going to work through that with them. But all right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap and end us out. But like I said, I truly appreciate it, and it was an awesome time hanging out with y'all this evening.
That's great to hear.
You gotta have a beer sometime.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Corey.
Come on down to Florida. Come visit.
I'll be more than glad to come down there.
Welcome to the family, baby. Welcome to the family.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Corey.
All right.
Yeah,
Keep giving
y'all have a
110%. All right, Corey?
All right,
you,
brother.
See you, brother.
Bye-bye.